Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Here's Hardaway. Outside, Malone. Fires from deep. Here's Brunson. Banked in off the glass. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
And that one's good, Irving.
How about Irving stretching out the defense, making the most of a rare trip behind the arc?
Drills it from outside.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Here's Reeves. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Down it goes!
Take that rack
down! Slam!
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Here's Reeves. Out to Parker. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And as soon as Parker catches the ball, he immediately rises up and pulls the trigger. Love to see the confidence on display there.
Personal foul. First team foul.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Brunson outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Brunson's got 5.
4 straight hoops. Ideal start for them.
Reeves outside. From 12 feet out. Barnes can't get it to go. Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Pass to Barnes. Stolen by Gordon. Brunson outside. Gordon a screen. Out to Brunson. Back to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Excellent decision by Brunson, which is more times than not making the right read in the pick and roll action.
Barnes outside. Here's Parker. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. I asked him the obvious. Is there anything you can do to slow down Jokic? He was surprisingly candid with his plan, and he said they want to force him to switch out onto the perimeter shooters, hoping that he expends a lot of energy and create favorable mismatches. Kevin?
Allie, thank you so much. Back to Reeves. Puts up a 3.
3 points.
That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And the defense has to be more mindful of Reeves, especially when he's roaming around there in the corner.
Gordon for 3. Again, the miss by Gordon.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Pass to Reeves. In the corner, Irving with it. Parker outside. Jokic. Jokic on the follow.
Jokic is an absolute beast. He does it all at the offensive end. Scoring, passing, rebounding. He stuffs the stat sheet in a big way.
Brunson outside. Here's Malone. And then Malone with the dunk.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you got a big advantage.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And that's Gordon's game now. You can't give him room to hit the launch pad, because if he does, he's throwing it down every time.
29 seconds left to play in the first. In the corner, it's Gordon. Back to Hardaway. And stolen by Irving. Pass to Reeves. It's Jokic, top of the key. Back to Parker. Here's the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Parker's got 10 points.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Away team foul.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Left side, Hardaway. And here's Brunson outside. Kicks it out to Gordon. And stolen by Bogdanovich.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Lively. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Jackson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Hardaway with it. Now defended by Powell. George looking over the floor. Pass to Jackson. Driving in. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Malone comes with the double team. Outside, George. Back to Powell. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Jared Allen has an inquisitive nature. Whether it's cooking, gardening, reading, or basketball, he's a sponge. Allen said, quote, "I love going through life, seeing things and learning about it no matter what it is. It's just trying to improve my skill set in anything and enjoy it." Kevin, back to you.
He's got that curiosity. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. And the basket is good.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now here is Hardaway. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And right now, Gordon is on a whole nother level. I mean, he's not forcing anything. He's really letting the game come to him, and his shots are being taken right in rhythm.
To the paint. Brunson outside. Gordon a screen. Fires the three. Reeves with the rebound.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Back to Parker. Nobody near Irving. The power of Jokic. Wow.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Screen by Allen. Back to Gordon. From the arc. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
That's his third triple of the game. It's the first one in the second quarter.
There's the pick. Reeves outside. Back to Parker. Jokic a screen. Here's the floater.
Just excellent use of the pick and roll by Parker, a Tasmanian devil whose speed and decision-making causes so many problems for the defense. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. Brunson outside. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Brunson's got 7 now in this quarter.
If Brunson gets space from beyond the arc, expect him to let it fly. He's extremely confident in his ability.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And it's Gordon missing.
I think everybody in the building expected him to make that collective shot.
Back to Parker. They set the pick. Outside for Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jackson's got 7 points.
Yeah, after a nothing first quarter, he's bounced back nicely.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Hardaway. Back to Gordon. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that have been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players, because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Here's Hardaway. Kicks it out to Johnson. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. Five on the clock, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Excellent defensive positioning and anticipation from Jokic. Able to lock the rim down there. Good work.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. The putback is no good. To the left wing, Parker with the steal. For the finish, Throws down the breakaway jam.
Always ball gawking. Tony Parker able to see a chance to force the turnover and get that fast break going when he did.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 17. On the clock. Brunson with a clean look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brunson's got 17 now. Barnes the screen. Parker with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Tony Parker. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Jokic a screen. The kick out to Irving. Here's Parker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Penny Hardaway.
Parker's a point guard who always probes and keeps constant pressure on the defense and finds the weaknesses and then exploits them.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Pass to Malone. Back to Gordon. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
Reeves in the corner. Parker looking around. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. And here is Hardaway to the inside. Here's Malone. Jokic grabs the miss.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5. This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
The kick out to Barnes. And it's off from three-point range. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And, you know, over time, Gordon's offensive game has evolved. I mean, he's capable of getting it going from anywhere now.
Reeves outside. Jokic a screen. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Flexing that range, Nikola Jokic.
And Jokic provides shooting for this team. He's the definition of a stretch 5.
Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Pass to Parker. Hardaway with the steal. Now here's Malone. And it's rebounded by Dr. J, Julius Irving.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to Barnes. Now Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Not a lot you can say except fantastic job by the defense.
And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Jokic doing a really good job that time, concentrating and maintaining his balance despite being fouled.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Well, Clark, we've all heard the stats on Nikola Jokic. But it doesn't tell the entire story, does it?
No, it doesn't tell the whole story, but it tells you a series of stories. I mean, Jokic is like the encyclopedia of basketball, Kevin. I mean, I just love watching him play. I mean, this guy does it his own way at his own pace, and his skill level is off the charts. His shot making is remarkable. His unorthodox way of doing what he does is a treat for all spectators of the game.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here.
44.
Leading
The away team, 45.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Pass to Malone. In the corner, it's Gordon. And G.G. Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Brunson draws the double. Hardaway for three. It's hauled in by Jokic. Reeves outside. Parker inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Look, in a game this tight, those little mistakes make a big difference.
Brunson scanning the floor. Brunson draws the double. Kicks it out to Gordon. Off target with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Reeves. Just 5 to shoot. Inside. Rebounded by Hardaway. In the corner, it's Gordon. Stolen by Reeves. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Pass to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Boy, not surprised to see great passes from Jokic. I mean, that's one of his best attributes. In fact, you expect that kind of greatness from the multi-time MVP.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He knows every possession is critical now. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked to the team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Thank you once again, Allie. Outside Jackson. Pass to Barnes. Out to Powell. Stolen by Brunson. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Got a piece of it. Over in the corner, Barnes. And it's Barnes shutting it down.
Now, we thought Barnes is athletic and strong, but he also has good balance, so he gets up fast to ram it home.
Reeves outside. Jokic with it. Barnes. Malone with the rebound. Gordon. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers. And no fear in Barnes late in the game. This guy is not afraid of the moment.
Malone in the post. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Here we've got Brunson. The three is off.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Parker outside. Now Reed. Now Irving. 5 to shoot. All sorts of time. That one is off.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Just get the ball to Brunson. He is used to the bright lights and relishes producing when they're on.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows or they'll call it.
And there's the three.
And he lives for the moment. Brunson playing his best during crunch time.
Now Reeves. Outside Jokic. On the drive, Jokic. Oh, what a play inside.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possessions.
Hardaway goes in. Barnes knocks down the three.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Yeah, you never want to foul leaves in the act. A very good free throw system.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And Reeves drops them both.
Well, that time he made the most of that trip to the line and cuts the deficit.
Al Gordon. That is a big-time jam.
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
Oh, good on the layup. Here's Barnes. Fires the three. Drained from outside.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 8. And he is unable to get the second one. Outside Gordon. Now Brunson. So the home crowd happy here as they...
Boogie, so never mind how we got here with hoodies. Listen, we don't pay admission in about